Hey everyone, and welcome to The Explainer. Today we're diving into a massive shift that's happening right now for moms in business. Look, if you're a community owner or an expert serving this exact demographic, the source material we're breaking down today is an absolute game changer. It basically outlines why you literally no longer have to carry your entire community alone. So let's jump right into this guide on partnerships with the Growth Collective and see how tapping into shared infrastructure can completely transform your business. Right off the bat, let's talk about the elephant in the room. You've worked so hard to build this amazing, engaged audience. But man, managing all the back-end infrastructure completely solo, it is downright exhausting. You know the drill. You're creating content, wrangling the tech, answering a million questions, and somehow trying to scale on top of all that. The burnout is so real. It's such a common trap for community builders, but as we're going to see, there is actually a totally brilliant, effective alternative to this endless solo grind. Section 1, the borrowed moments movement. To really grasp the solution here, we first got to understand exactly who we're serving. Because once the target audience is crystal clear, the structure they need just kind of clicks into place. You know, moms just aren't waiting around for that magical, mythical, perfect season of life to start building. The materials really highlight this. They aren't waiting for more time, they aren't waiting for a confidence boost, and they certainly aren't waiting for anyone's permission. They're taking action right now. They're literally building their businesses in the margins of real life. We're talking during nap times and right after school drop-offs. And this perfectly sums up the reality of this demographic. It's a whole movement of women who are desperately seeking structure over noise. This is what's called borrowed moments. Think about it. It's moms building a whole business, a whole future, in those tiny 15-minute pockets carved out before the rest of the house even wakes up. Since their time is so incredibly scarce, they don't have time for fluff. They demand vetted expertise and a super clear path forward.
Moving on to Section 2, the solo builder's burden. Now, if you're the one running a community for these women, you almost certainly feel the intense bottleneck of trying to deliver all that value completely by yourself. You want to give them the world, right? But honestly, your time is just as limited as theirs is. So here is where it gets really interesting. We have to compare the exhausting, hard ceiling of solo building against the totally boundless scale of a shared ecosystem. I mean, starting from scratch and carrying that heavy burden alone, it usually means you're totally lacking the back-end infrastructure, which absolutely throttles your growth. But contrast that with the community model. Here, you're sharing the load. You're plugging straight into a built-in global infrastructure that actually allows for compounding mutual growth. It's just a radically different and way smarter way to scale. So, what does this all mean for you? Well, ask yourself this. What if you could just build alongside an established partner instead of starting from zero? You don't actually have to choose between serving your audience at the absolute highest level and preserving your own sanity. If you're burnt out from carrying it all yourself, or maybe you're dreaming of launching something but just dread that ground zero grind, partnership is absolutely the strategic answer here. Okay, Section 3, built-in community infrastructure. Let's take a look at how this whole concept translates into the actual concrete solution from the Growth Collective. Because this isn't just some nice theory, it's a fully functional global ecosystem that's ready for you to integrate with right now. To give you an idea of the scale, the platform already has over 20 expert contributors. They are bringing their vetted, high-level knowledge straight to the members. And let me tell you, these members are not just passive scrollers. They are active, action-taking moms who actually show up and engage. And if you come on as an expert contributor, you get your own dedicated profile. So your name stays firmly attached to your work, but you suddenly get direct access to this incredible, warm audience. Now, the whole thing is hosted over on Skool, and this global community is packed with women who are investing $129 every single month. That's over $1,100 a year. That's a huge data point. It proves that this audience actively buys from people they trust. They've already put money down to invest in their own growth. So as a contributor, you aren't fighting for attention. You're stepping right in front of a highly qualified premium audience. And honestly, this is probably my favorite part about the whole structure. Your hard work stops being this exhausting, one-off task and actually becomes a recurring revenue stream. You basically contribute a workshop, a resource, or a course just once. Then, as the community naturally grows, your reach automatically expands right along with it. Plus, you're earning a 50% recurring affiliate commission on every referral you generate. It just compounds over time in a way that flat, one-off product sales literally cannot match. Section 4, mergers and joint ventures. The Growth Collective is actively on the hunt for the right leaders to share this amazing foundation with.
And we're talking way beyond just popping in for a quick guest picking gig. This is about deep, structural business alignments. Just think about the sheer breadth of these partnership opportunities. Whether we're talking about a full-on community merger, a joint venture, maybe a referral partnership, or even getting cross-promoted in their weekly newsletter, the complete edit, the possibilities really are wide open. Honestly, if you're currently lacking the infrastructure to support the community you've built, merging into a pre-built global system like this is just a remarkably strategic move. Section 5. Meet the architect. Of course, to prove that this infrastructure is actually rock solid, we really need to look at the founder who designed the whole thing. Because let's face it, a community is only as strong as the person who laid its foundation. Enter Sam Salfurley. Sam brings a super relevant 15-year background in post-secondary and public education straight to the table. Basically, Sam understands exactly how women actually learn. She injects this absolute clarity and much-needed structure into everything the community builds. So it's perfectly tailored for a busy mom's, slightly chaotic learning style. And she's lived the borrowed moments reality herself. Get this, Sam actually started building this business when she was 7 months pregnant with her third child, and her oldest wasn't even 4 yet. She just kept building, through maternity leave, through the endless sleepless nights, and even while navigating a return to full-time work, doing it all from her home base up in Ontario, Canada. Like the materials point out, building in those borrowed moments isn't just her story anymore. It's become her entire mission. She purposefully designed this space for real life. The kind of life with toddlers running underfoot. She's giving moms a highly structured, incredibly clear path to generating online income, completely cutting out all that unnecessary internet noise. Finally, Section 6, your next strategic move. The materials really stress that the window to get in as an early partner in this global movement is open right now. They're actively looking for community leaders who are ready to step up and share this incredible foundation. So, depending on your specific role, the opportunities look a little different. If you're an expert contributor, this means direct, instant access to a very warm audience. If you're a community owner, it's your chance to finally scale up without carrying the whole burden solo. Organizations get beautifully aligned reach, and media partners, they get to tell a massive, largely untold mainstream story. Bottom line, if you serve moms in business, your audiences and theirs are already speaking the exact same language. If you're sitting there thinking, okay, a joint venture or a merger sounds exactly like what I need, the guide makes it super simple. You can reach out to Sam directly at hello@thecompletebusiness.com or just head over to their website to grab the full contributor information guide for yourself. I'll leave you with one final pretty provocative thought that this whole model brings up. Why on earth would you keep building from scratch, and why keep carrying that heavy burden all by yourself when you can just build together? Seriously, exploring the boundless scale of a shared community might be the exact infrastructure upgrade that you and your growing audience truly deserve. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and definitely go check out those partnership options.